Today's topic is about turmoil and serenity. Turmoil to serenity. What do you think about whenever you think about serenity? Serenity is like calm, peace, relax, relieve, maybe even a knowing that things are much better. And turmoil is just craziness. Turmoil is just maybe pain and suffering, catastrophe, bad things happening all the time. That's what it was like for me when I was drinking and drugging, or I'll just say self-medicating. When I was self-medicating, everything was turmoil, especially towards the end. When I first started drinking, it was a great escape. It was a good feeling. It was listening to music, and it feels like music was just heightened, and I loved escaping into that place. I loved that feeling, of just being outside, kind of like looking in. But man, the mornings really sucked, right? That was pain, And then as I got older, when I was in the Marine Corps, my drinking escalated because, I don't know, I was lonely. I was kind of angry, but I wanted to escape. So man, we just drank and drank, and that was painful too. But it wasn't until I got out and I started drinking where incidents really started happening. I couldn't even finish cooking food for a barbecue with people without being so fucked up that I would burn the food or mess up the food. I didn't know. I've seen other people control their drinking, but for me, it was just I just wanted to keep drinking because I thought I would eventually get to that place. I thought I would eventually get to that place where everything was going to be great, kind of like in a movie where it just looked so fucking fun. Everything was just so fun, But it wasn't, because there was drunken incidences, If I go to a club or something, eventually, I might get into some altercation because I'm drunk and I don't really know what's going on. But the whole time in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm just here to have a good time, man. I just want to enjoy life, but it wasn't. And then my relationships would suffer. When I had my baby's mom, my first baby's mom, I would start drinking at the house, but I would separate myself because she wasn't drinking. I would have my own little party, and just separate myself, because I'm good at that. I'm good at like running away. I'm good at putting myself somewhere else, taking myself out of the situation. Running away from my problems is what I've done most of my life. And then when I was single after that, after she left me and took my daughter, when I became really angry and blamed her for everything, then I started going out and just drunken incident after drunken incident. And I didn't understand what the problem was, because I was just trying to have a good time. But I kept creating all of this turmoil in my life, and it kept escalating. It was like humping with a pack, but the pack kept getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And I was angry, because I'm poor, I ain't got no money. Of course I got money to go out and party. I'm working. I've always worked my whole life. I've always been a good worker, and I've managed to work and party at the same time and drink. But as I got older and older, I realized I could not even go out to a bar because I was afraid something bad was going to happen. So I would just seclude myself in the house and drink. If I would go out, like if I went out with my former wife, I might drink maybe a couple of drinks or 3 drinks, And most of the times that was impossible to do. I would always take it overboard, but that was my goal, but I couldn't do that because I would wait till I get home to get really fucked up. I just needed to wait, you know. So all of this turmoil, I created, man. So I got a divorce, and then, that was a decision I needed to make, whether to keep on going with all the turmoil and the craziness and the fucked upness in my life and how crazy it was. I was in Panama, so this is just like a party, with the cocaine, alcohol, weed, island hopping. I was in Bocas del Toro, partying and drugging, but I wasn't happy, man. I was not happy at who I was because I had responsibility there. I took over a store, but I decided I didn't want to do that. And I was drinking and drugging all night long and partying. And I just hated myself. I just hated who I was. And then when I came back to Panama City, I stayed with my former wife, let me stay. I was paying child support. So all the money I would make, I would give to my former wife. And I thought, well, if I come back to the city, I can stay at her house, Well, that didn't last long. She kicked me out and I was just broke. I didn't have no place to go. And man, I just really looked back, and throughout these years, I knew I had wanted to change. I wanted to change when I was 18, but I didn't know how. But whenever I came back to Panama City, I just, I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to do. So I walked into the rooms of AA. I was just broken. I didn't know where else to go. That was the only safe haven. But I didn't even know what to expect there because I thought it was just a bunch of Christians, lovey-dovey and all that shit. I didn't want to see that. But when I walked into the rooms, men told stories, women told stories that I reflected with. It was like a mirror. I understood where they were coming from and I knew I belonged to that. But anyway, the serenity now is, man, serenity, being sober is serene, Well, I'm in a different place. I've grown over the last 6 years and I've changed my life around. I get a good night's sleep. I wake up early in the morning. I exercise. I pray. I trust. I practice gratitude. Making a gratitude list. What are the things I'm thankful for? I live in a little casita. I don't have shit, but I'm grateful for what I have. I have a roof over my head. I have a truck. I have food in my refrigerator. I have a bed. I have an air conditioner. I live at the beach. So I'm so grateful for that. But having a gratitude list, making a gratitude list in the morning is one of the steps of starting achieving serenity. Just that peace, man, that I feel every day. And don't get me wrong, I got problems because after you get sober, if anything, problems may increase. I thought, man, I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm not going to be drinking. I can save a lot of money. Everything's going to be fine. Dude, I went from drinking, going in turmoil and broke, to after I got sober, going even farther down and down. I got so broke, man, that I had like $200 in my account. Or I think I didn't have shit, and I asked my buddy in the States to send me money. I never asked anybody for money, but I did that time. And after that, man, it was a slow, heartbreaking, sad process to eventually come up, But eventually it all leads to this place where I'm at now, where, man, I just feel so good. And I got problems, but it's, how do I choose to deal with my problems now? That's the thing for me, right? How do I choose to deal with my problems? Because I know that problems are going to happen. In our big book, we have this page, and it talks about upon awakening. And upon awakening, that's the best time to basically realize that I'm going to have all these things that are come at me all day long. Problems, stress, anxiety. But it's like, how do I choose to deal with those problems, right? Because I can't control the world. All I can control is this person here. How do I choose to deal with it, right? And that's where some serenity for me comes from. That, and also prayer. I also do meditation. So I had to go through all of that turmoil, all of that crap, because if I didn't go through all that, I would not be the person I am now. But I had to push the limits. I had to push all the limits, dig a hole as deep as I could and bury myself before I could make a decision to achieve serenity. Keep coming back. It works if you work it.